Hello, hello, everybody. We are starting up Unity right now. Getting ready to get everything going here. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the Cadalion Twitch to grab the chat window. Ready. Alright, can somebody say something in chat just to make sure that I got the right window and everything's fine? That looks like it worked. Perfect, thanks guys. Got my monster. Low carb. I maybe. Who knows? I'm also working on the server on the other side here. Just got my new server stuff up and running. Super excited for that. Which reminds me, James, I'll be moving your website over here pretty soon to our new server. It's got a lot more power. Check this thing out. 24 CPUs, 32 gigs of RAM. And I'm running 3 servers right now. What speed? I'm lost. Oh, the server speed? The old one was 4 CPUs with 4 gigs of RAM. The new web VM uses 8 CPUs with 4 gigs of RAM and 2 gigs of swap. For swap is basically like if you go over the 8 gigs, you have an extra 2 gigs of swap. Which I may end up increasing that to 4 gigs of swap. Who knows? But so far we definitely don't need it. So the new server is a lot faster. Did you know what swap was? Or like I don't know. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's just for it's extra, right? And it's also for like it's it's used as overage for memory, but it's also used for like if you're moving something from the hard drive to the CPU and then back to the hard drive, or from one hard drive to another hard drive, the swap is also used for that. 2 gigs is a pretty generous swap. For web servers, they said 512 kilobytes, or no, 512 megabytes is about where you want to be. We have 2 gigs, so yeah, pretty excited about that. Let me see something real quick. think this was the one. Oh no, this isn't the one. Trying to find the one. Trying to find this thing here real quick so I can show you guys something. But it's cool because this is the server that the Cadalion server is also going to run on. This this is not even using a quarter of what this server can do. So fuck it. It's $4. I'll buy this damn thing for $4. Alright. Alright, I forgot about this. I need to create a new scene. Then I need to go to fantasy environment, train textures, demo scenes source. Demo train. Yeah, okay, cool. So if I delete the demo scenes on this, then I can re-import that scene with no problem. see if this works. Oh, I put 58 in at 50. Under browser. Oh, dude, that's cool as shit, bro. Let's see. Does this play it through my speakers? Check, check. Check, 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 check. Let's try it through, maybe through here. Check, check. I don't know. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. I'm not getting the thing up there that says that there's any. Let's try Flash. Java. JavaScript. Check, check. Dude, it's like when I go through the browser like that, that is like there's no lag on that at all. So here's what I'll do. I'll take you guys over and show you. Can you guys see? Let me pull this up. Yeah, you guys can see it. Look at that. There's no lag on that at all. That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna take you guys over and show you the server real quick, because I think that'll be an interesting distraction while we wait for the thing to re-import here. Why did I click anything? Oh, I just bought that recently, so it should be near the top. It should be just before the fighter. There it is. Alright. So once I click import, I'll take you guys over to show you the server, because it'll be an interesting distraction from this thing, so you can see how the server runs and stuff like that. You guys probably won't be able to hear me. Let's see, hang on. VLC. So this should give us the audio through VLC, hopefully. Hasn't even popped that shit up yet. Seriously. There it goes. So this is going to re-import all the demo stuff. So, darn it. And I just took a Mucinex too. Alright, come on, stop it. Alright, testing. Alright, testing. Okay, that works. Okay, that works. Alright, I'm going to go over and show you guys the server real quick. Ignore my messy house, by the way. We just restructured the entire basement, but I'll show you some interesting stuff while we're going. So, as you can tell, I've been working late nights. My desk is a mess. This is my blackboard that I've been working on for some stuff. I have another blackboard here. This is from an old game I was working on a couple years ago called Cadalion Online. These were all of the elements. These are the different types of items you could have. This was like some API stuff that I did. As you can see, our cable management's kind of shit. We just redid all of our stuff here. Alright, so this is our switch. These are our two NAS devices. So there's about 10 terabytes worth of memory sitting right there. This is our anti-spam. So it works as a hardware firewall and an anti-spam. This is our router. It's a Cisco 2921. And then this is our server. It's a Dell PowerEdge R610, sorry. Didn't see it there. It's running an operating system called Proxmox. So basically I just use this shitty Logitech keyboard to manage the server itself, but mostly all the configuration is done through the web browser. This is our APC. So if for any reason the power goes down, we get about 24 minutes out of this thing. It'll run everything you see here for about 24 minutes. So it allows me to shut the server down, shut that down, make sure everything is all buttoned up, and stuff like that. So this is not permanent. We have rails for the server, which are here. They're called rollout rails, and I'll show you why. The rails themselves will actually, when the server is on them, the rail actually slides, right? And what that does is essentially we're going to have a large server case that's mounted to the wall, because sometimes our basement floods. But we're going to have a big rail case on the wall, so if I need to do anything on the server, I can just grab the top of the server and pull it out. So it's got quite a few connections. 2 power supplies for redundancy, so if one power supply goes out, it'll automatically switch to the next one. It's got 4 incoming, outgoing ports, with a shit ton of stuff. This is the ground wire. So if lightning hits or something, it doesn't hit the server, it'll ground it and keep it from getting destroyed. And I'll actually take you guys over and show you where this was. The monitor we had on it, it died. Like I said, we just restructured our whole basement, so don't mind the mess. So the new server area is actually, this is going to be where we're going to mount it to the wall here. Like I said, basement's still under construction. But yeah, so this is the wall, the blackboard, my desk's over there. It's kind of messy, but yeah, that's the server area. So yeah, that's the server that Cadalion's actually going to run on. So yeah, I hope you guys found that interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys found that interesting. And look, it's already done. So now we can zoom out to our landmass here, and we're back in business. So yeah, there we go. I'm trying to remember where the start of this thing is. Oh, it's over here. So this is the starting area. Let's look at the cliff demo. Oops. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Proxmox is a virtualization system. Have you ever heard of a virtual machine? Okay. So what Proxmox does is it monitors and sets up and runs virtual machines on our server. So for instance, right now we have a couple of what are called containers. they're a special type of VM that doesn't take a lot of like power to run it. They're a little bit more lightweight than VMs, but they don't have quite as many like features, right? So there's only certain things that you can do with a container. However, Proxmox does both containers and VMs. The cool thing about containers, though, and I'll show you because I need to create a new container anyway for the Git server, is that here's a list of all of the different Linux types that I can install. So right now, our Git server only supports Ubuntu 18.4, which the newest one is 18.10. So we'll click 18.4 next. We'll give this like 300 gigs. We'll give it 8 CPUs at 2048 units. We'll give this 4068. So now it's going to automatically create a new virtual machine, or a new container. See, it's called CT103. So as you can see CT103 here, but as this thing does its work, you'll see this change to Git, G-I-T. You'll see root.git, and that changed to Git right there. So now this is starting up. If I got a console here, we can see that it's actually started now. And then root.git. So now this thing is actually ready to install. This thing is actually ready to install stuff. So let's hope that runs. Alright, so now we'll get on to start working on this battle system. Sorry, I know we took a little bit of a segue, but I thought you guys might be interested in checking out the server stuff. At least it's interesting to me. So, okay, so it's connecting, but it's not starting the server. Well, that's what all of our websites and the Cadalion game servers are going to run on. Eventually, the Cadalion game is going to have its own entire piece of hardware, but can't afford that just yet. Probably with the Kickstarter, we'll have we'll probably have a stretch goal where I can buy another server, set the server up, and the fans can use that server rather than having to share one. But I have all of the hardware to do that. So but for now, we really don't have enough people that the Cadalion game needs its own server. You know what I mean? Because all of the game server stuff is not going to take up that much memory. So it's not going to take up that much server resources to really need its own server. Once the Kickstarter gets going and we get more people interested in the game, and there's, you know, potentially more than 100 people in the server at once, then the server might need, you know, on its own hardware, or to upgrade that server to have more, you know, processing units or more RAM, you know, that sort of thing, because it can take up to 2 more processing units. I only have 2 CPUs in it right now. 2 CPU units, 2 CPU units at 6 cores apiece for a total of 12 cores. But the server itself can handle up to 24 cores. And right now it only has 32 gigs of RAM. We can put up to 196 gigs of RAM in, which I do intend on doing pretty soon. So then we could probably easily run up to 100 simultaneous users on a couple different games and not have any issues. But still, would be nice to have several VPSs that we can just throw the game server up on, and people can have several servers that they can play on. You know, like World of Warcraft or Shia, or, you know, games like that. So. Okay, so we have an upgraded terrain now or a downgraded terrain technically, for this version of Unity. As you can see, I fixed most of the errors. These are now gone, so we don't have to worry about those. So if I actually remember, when I was moving around this terrain before, it was throwing a bunch of errors saying that it couldn't figure out what we were trying to do because it was for a newer version of Unity. That's no longer a problem. So I fixed all of those problems. There were a bunch of issues that needed to be resolved. I did all of those within the last couple of days off camera, so that people didn't have to worry about watching me fudge around with this thing and get it working. So we're going to start with a capsule. And then we're actually going to delete this. No, we'll call this player cam. And it's we actually don't need this camera. And I'll tell you why in a second. But so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the TP controller on here, which is going to rely on the kinematic character controller. So we're going to use the basic movement, or excuse me, we'll use the jumping here. simple jumping. There we go. So there's the 2 that we need. So we'll put the character controller in here. And then those are both going to need... This one is going to need the player. You know what? We can set up the camera. We'll just tag this with the main camera. This will get the TP camera script. The capsule, we'll use this. And then we need to have a 3D object in here. Create empty child, and this will be called, oh man, I can't remember actually what I called that thing. So we'll pull open the script. It's not a big deal. Indeed. I may end up using a default character in here. Which won't look like an actual character in the game. It'll just be like a boxy type character. So actually, I'll show you. Where is... I'm also going to get more RAM for my laptop, because right now I have 16 gigs. I have 2 8-gig sticks running in parity. I'm going to have 2 16 gigs for 32 total running in parity, which is going to significantly increase the speed of my laptop, which will increase the quality of the stream. Okay, so use or create main camera. The main camera is already here, so it's not going to create one. So we need to, camera target is what we need to name this thing. Is that using, I think that finds it by the name. Yes, it does. So we will, this thing is going to be called camera target. It makes things really easy for us. So on the capsule, the character, is going to be, the mesh route's going to be here. The character is going to be this one. And then the motor, I need to actually kinematic character motor. Okay, and then the player script is going to be here. You know what? If I just do this, should automatically apply it. It's not. What is happening with that thing? That's definitely not right. But I think part of that is because I think part of that's because it's being handled by the character controller. We can look into that. But it looks like that's not gonna work, right? It's not a big deal. Alright, so let's open up our character controller. Yeah, that should be set. The fact that it's not working is more than slightly so the burst compiler actually works really quick, so we should be pretty much ready to work on this in a second. I think the issue is that it was because there's several different my character controllers. I don't think we actually need this my player script. So we're gonna remove that. That's much better. Perfect. Okay. No errors. Perfect. So we're gonna have to put a TP animator on here. Perfect. Let's start this and see if we have any errors. Oh, because I have this commented out. Let me go ahead and some Gatorade. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the raycast thing. Okay, cool. Okay, we should be good, actually. That should automatically fix the camera now. Oh, it is Moorish Refinery. That's the right camera, but it's not the right thing. My favorite Cadalion song is the Sky one. Either Skydock or Skylar City. I can't remember which one of the two. How's it going, guys? Welcome, Valentin. Yeah, I'm having some issues with the top, though. Just so you know, James Laboite is on my team. He is Valentin Yox on the Raycast server, so you know. Which I've probably butchered his name again, by the way. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to remember what all has stuff in it. SR Ninja Battle is 30 kilobytes. That's not going to have it in it. That may. Yeah, I think this has the new version of my my script in it. So how are we going to get that out of there? Let's see, can I... Okay, so I can clone. Damn it! Oh, I can clone from a specific repository. Oh, that's really good, guys. This is from our old server. This was a project that I was helping a friend on. And it's got my custom camera stuff. So, checking out files. that's not gonna take forever. Oh, it may. This thing's like 24 gigs. I shit the bed. Yeah. Well, no. There's a lot I'd have to clone over for that. Those rogues have in it. 691 megs. That's not too big. Oracle Online, 284 megs. The online server is a couple kilobytes. That's not. Get a bunch of. Game room is 17 megs, so that's got something in it. And then the proto is 564 megs, so that's definitely got stuff in it. Why is this taking so slow? Dude, I'm pretty sure I can do this through the CLI a lot quicker. No, that's the game. It's not a valid problem. Oh, my God. Shit, man. Is it still lagging? Hopefully it's not still lagging. That's all I need is the latest revision. We'll do file instead. Hold up. Oh wait, I forgot to put on the... Oh, okay. That's much better. That is much more acceptable. That is a lot more acceptable. Oh my god, look at how many bots there are in here. Jesus. That is getting ridiculous, guys. I don't understand. I truly don't understand why Twitch does not think that's a problem. They are gathering and selling all kinds of data. Why does Twitch think that's okay? I just, it baffles my mind. It really does. You know what, guys? I'm gonna let that do its thing. I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom, and then we'll continue this when this is done. Because it's moving everything over right now. So as soon as this is done, we'll come back. I'll come back as soon as I'm done with the bathroom, and then we'll finish up what we were doing. Alrighty, guys, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to use the bathroom and then had to talk to a family member, but I am back. James, your other account's not in here. Yeah, we had some dropped frames as I came back. That tends to happen. Like I said, that it'll quit happening once I get more RAM for my laptop. Oh man, my camera looks like shit. Let me fix that. There we go. That fixes quite a bit of it. We're about there, guys. Once it starts actually putting the files where they need to go, we don't have to wait for the whole thing. I was surprised when I seen that. I was like, wow, man, you don't have both up. Jesus Christ, this is still taking forever, and I'm only getting the first commit. Should take you guys on a house tour now. Last time I took you guys on a tour to the server room, and it was done by the time we got back. But yeah, James, I seriously appreciate letting me stream on the Cadalion account tonight. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Just when it hits a big file, it blogs down a little bit and then speeds back up. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying was I appreciate you letting me stream on the Cadalion account, so I don't have to deal with other people on my account. We are so close to. uh, you know what? I wonder if I open up another one. Repos, Git T, Raycast, Godslayer, paste. I'm gonna have to edit these, but I should hopefully be able to. Let's see what happens when I do this. Well, I mean, to be fair, some of these songs sound terrible on their own. So, I mean... Well, specifically, I'm streaming